As stated in my last video, Japan's take on Western monster stories has only been a recent addition to their culture, and from this mixture, we've seen a wide variety of interesting shows with vampires, witches, werewolves, and more. The zombie genre is no exception, but like with any other monster anime, we've had our fair share of unique titles that excite us, and some stories that just make us say, oh Japan. Okay, just to put it simply, just pick a generic anime story and add in whatever monster, like zombies, to the story. Typical high school anime? Add some zombies. Typical high school anime with moe girls, add some zombies. A typical bishoujo anime with a girl in a random scenario while befriending two random hot guys, add some zombies. Why not? But before we can eventually get our hands on a zombie harem up in here, just wait for it. Why don't we add some zombies to idol anime? Cause why not? But before I'm gonna dive into the world of Idol Walking Dead, I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor for this video, Raid Shadow Legends. This here is a brand new collection RPG hitting the world by storm. I mean, seriously, more than 10 million players worldwide have already downloaded this game in less than 6 months, and it has more than 300,000 reviews, giving this game a nearly perfect score. There's always something here in this game for everyone to enjoy, like collecting over 400 champions, including my best girl over here. Best girl, I tell ya. Raiding with friends in your own clan, PvP battles, and enjoying an immersive campaign. Just check out these amazing graphics on these champions, and in Raid, you have the ability to personally customize and choose the artifacts while designing a unique mastery build for each of them. The best part about all of this is, it's all totally free to play. The game is growing super fast, and the highly anticipated new Faction Wars is now live. There's also a new and awesome rewards program for new players to get a new daily login reward for the first 90 days in the game. If you're interested, go to the video description, click on the special links, and you will get 50,000 silver and a free epic champion as part of the new player program to start your journey. It's a free game that I highly recommend, so grab your mobile devices and get ready to play Raid Shadow Legends. Now, where was I?
There it goes!
Zombie Idol Girls! What am I watching? This is Zombieland Saga, a 2018 popular anime that features cute zombie girls as singing idols. Don't question any of this. In the year 2008, high school girl Sakura Minamoto heads out into the world about to submit her application into the idol industry, when she literally bumps into one of the most iconic anime characters of all time, Truck-kun! Okay, trust me when I say this death scene may be a bit cliche, but this is seriously tame compared to the other characters and how they died. Speaking of which, Sakura is somehow alive, but it's been 10 years since her death and she's now a zombie. But why, you may ask? Well, let's meet the man responsible for this insane idea, Kotaro Tatsumi, an eccentric necromancer, who really doesn't explain how he's a necromancer, but he's using his newfound ability to resurrect the dead to save his beloved prefecture, Saga. And how, you may ask? By resurrecting some of Saga's most legendary ladies to form a one-of-a-kind singing idol band. But what the hell, you may ask? And while Sakura and one of the other members, named Ai Mizuno, were only dead for 10 years, the other girls are from different time periods and backgrounds. Lily Hoshikawa is a child actress who died from stress and shock roughly 3 years after Ai and Sakura. Junko Kono is a well-known idol from the 1980s who died in a plane accident. Saki Nikaido is a notorious former leader of a biker gang who died in a chicken race gone wrong in 1997. The oldest member is from the age between Bakumatsu and the Meiji Restoration, named Yugiri. All we really know is that she used to be a courtesan, but we don't really know how she died just yet. And then there's Tai Yamada. Obvious best girl. No one knows how she died, who she is, and why she can't snap out of her zombie stance like the others have, but but we love her anyways. With all these girls combined, they form the idol group Franshushu, and they must work together to revitalize the Saga Prefecture without the people discovering that they're zombies. Oh wait, I forgot to mention, how did Ai Mizuno die again? Wow, she got smited! Like, step aside, Truck-kun, that is one hell of a way to go. She's just like fried up there on the stage and still posing. What a legend. Note to self, top 10 awesome deaths in anime. So with this basically being Love Live Zombie Edition, complete with CG dancing and everything, I went into this wondering how they were going to approach the zombie aspect of this show. I mean, they could have just been extremely lazy and just made a cutesy zombie idol show because merchandise, but do they tackle other ideas besides watching the girls practicing and using makeup to hide their secrets? Honestly, there are a few ideas that are interesting enough to watch. The main fact that they're legends of Saga gives some of the girls a bit more of a challenge. Like, not only are they recognizable performers, but they could have had family members and friends that are still alive, so it makes things harder for them to hide and not interact with the ones they love. But there was another interesting element brought on by one of the older members. Sakura, Ai, and Lily lived in the age of social media and fan interactions. Although Saki died before social media became a thing and Yugiri knows nothing about technology, they just go along with the flow and do what's best for the group. However, Junko has some modest reservations in regards to how celebrities interact with their fans. She's not used to the changing times and how much closer fans can get to their idols nowadays, so she's not comfortable taking photos and interacting with them unlike Ai and the others. It definitely brings in an interesting perspective that I wanted to see from a bunch of girls from different time periods. Oh, and on a side note, her decision to carry on being a zombie idol brought up this amazing scene that just made me laugh.
Stop the fan! I want to go!
Honestly, this has to be my favorite Truck-kun moment. 10 out of 10, would watch again. But then we get to one idol that I really wasn't expecting to have an interesting enough backstory, but she was for a time the center of many online debates, Lily Hoshikawa. First of all, her episode made me cry, okay? She became a child star to make her dad smile, and he became her manager to help her rise to the top. But her growing body and constant stress gave her a sudden shock that ended up killing her. Although he doesn't believe it's her, this was a sweet episode for Lily to tell her father with a nice song that she still loves him. And seriously, who's cutting the onions? Oh god, this episode. But as I was researching this show, this episode sparked an interesting conversation centering around Lily. Apparently her name used to be Masao Go, kind of masculine right there. Part of her shock while she was alive was due to the fear of her looking like her dad. Her dad? Really? And growing facial hair. Huh. And she was ultimately happy to die and be a zombie at this age so she could look like a cute little girl forever. So not only are we watching a show addressing some of the pressures of being an idol, we have a character addressing the issues of maintaining your image while your body is always growing and changing. In Lily's case, it's even more terrifying since she's actually transgender. So she's panicking over her career coming to an end when her body will have a transition into puberty, which ultimately puts her in a shock.
We've been working so close together and we never realized.
Who cares? Why does it matter what kind of equipment she's got? We're all dead. We've still got that in common.
This is an aspect I didn't expect to see, but I appreciated this backstory. And with Lily creating an interesting conversation over her character, we get to Tai Yamada, the only girl to not snap out of her zombie stance. She can still perform and is patiently taught the steps with Sakura's help, but she'll have her moments where she'll lose control and start to bite people. With how she's still able to function, it made fans wonder if she's supposed to represent disability. I didn't really see that at first and thought that she just stayed in her zombie stance just for comedic purposes, but I think this is an interesting fan theory. I mean, it shows that with patience and understanding, she could still be accepted as an important member of the group, and even tried to step out of her range to help Sakura when she was struggling, then proceeds to show her love by nom-nomming her head. Precious, thy name is Tai Yamada, best girl indeed. While Lily's story is a bit more clear on her story, Tai's backstory is still a mystery. but with her characteristics and how the group treats her really sparked another interesting conversation around this show. And there's one thing I want to be slightly nitpicky about in this show is the audience watching their performance when something goes wrong or abnormal. It's one thing to not notice how these girls were literally dislocating their spines and necks to dance like that, but how can these girls go through 2 extreme stage accidents, get up to continue their shows, and the audience doesn't even question how the hell they survived? Oh my god, all the girls got struck by lightning, but now they're glowing while shooting laser beams from their fingers somehow. What a neat show, 10 out of 10, would watch again. Even their last concert was nearly ruined from the roof collapsing on their stage, but they get right back up while the audience is slowly applauding like that one scene from Cool Runnings.
Answer their call, Sakura. When you're up against a wall, that's when your true strength shines.
Yeah, let's just not question how these girls are still alive. On with the show! And if anything, they should be questioning how they could put performers up on stage in such dangerous conditions. I mean, seriously? They're performing in the rain. They could slip and hurt themselves. And that rooftop needs to be seriously checked if it's gonna cave in from a bunch of snow. Seriously, this prefecture needs a lot more safety meetings. It also makes me wonder if after Ai's death, they just kept dancing while her roasted body kept that pose. Not even joking, if these people can watch these girls perform after watching them survive catastrophic accidents and not question it, then this scene right here could be a possibility. Just saying. Overall, I expected Zombieland Saga to be another cheap idol show, just with zombie girls, but I was honestly surprised with how they approached the idea of zombie idols. I'll admit though that I get a mixed reaction seeing their manager push these girls to their limits while reminding them that they don't need a rest because they're already dead. Okay, it's stressful enough for real idols in Japan with the constant stress they endure, but now I'm convinced idling companies would pay anything to have perfect performers who never need to rest, but maybe I'm just reading too much into this. It's supposed to be played up for laughs, so I digress. As for the music, honestly, I would have preferred the songs to be more like episode 1 and 2 rather than typical idol songs that you could hear from any other idol show. Honestly, it would have been cool to hear something related to baby metal or something like that, but maybe that's just me. Season 2 was recently announced, which made the fandom pretty happy. I mean, we don't know how Yugiri died, we don't even know anything about Tai besides the fact that she's still the only one acting like a zombie, a well-behaved one at that, and it ends with an interesting enough cliffhanger that makes me want to know what will happen. A cliffhanger of all things, really? How could you end your series with an intense cliffhanger like that? Yeah, I'm one to talk. But my point is this season gave me enough to keep watching, so I'm looking forward to the next season when it comes out. The series was animated by MAPPA, the same studio that brought you Mean Girls Gambling Edition, Samurai Daddy Issues, and My Precious Boys on Ice. I'm rather fond of how MAPPA puts a lot of detail in their character facial expressions. There's just so much life and personality from these girls despite the fact that they're dead. There's only 12 episodes for the first season that you can all watch on Crunchyroll, so give it a watch and let me know what you think of this show. If you're in the mood to watch a zombie idol show that's a bit more than expected, then you should definitely check out for this Halloween season, Zombieland Saga.
I sure hope I don't get hit by a car.
Doctor, I'm afraid of backstories. When did this all start? Well,
Chicken, Peter, you just a little chicken. Chip, 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 chip.
I am not dead yet. I can dance and I can sing. I am not dead yet. I can do the Highland thing.
You bear! Thunderstruck! Thunderstruck!
Ah! Goose attack! Come here! I'm an evil goose!
You died a virgin, girl. Who you think you messing with? It's Miley Cyrus. I'm the hottest thing since Britney, bitch.
You gotta die for something, Miley. Just picture your epitaph. Had the world watching shows to show them all her flat ass.
This is the story of how I died.
'Tis but a scratch. A scratch? Your arm's off. No, it isn't.
Do you hear that sound?
That beautiful sound.
That is the sound of clean white shorts turning brown.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping. I'm gonna finger bang bang you into my life. Girl, you like to finger bang and it's alright.
I'm just a lonely zombie. I'm just a lonely zombie.
You should join X Factor with singing contest. Really? No, I'm just kidding. You're awful.
That is a lovely looking cock. Chicken. Cock is another term for chicken again. You didn't know.
Well, this show gave me mixed reactions, but it was a neat little ride that gave me some things to think about. And honestly, if a show can at least make me think about what I'm watching in a good way while sparking some conversations, then it's not really a waste of time, unlike other shows that just flash pretty colors in your face and expect you to buy the merchandise. I ramble a lot, don't I? Yeah, I just like ranting sometimes, but honestly, what do you think of this weird show? Leave your answers in the comment section down below. If you like this video and our other videos, be sure to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter if you want to keep up to date with our latest announcements and such. We also have a sister channel called Pop Spectrum where we review all sorts of movies, games, and more if you're interested. And again, I just want to say thank you to our Patreon supporters. This channel can still thrive with constant videos because of you awesome people. So thank you so much for your help. More awesome videos will be on the way, so stay tuned to Anime America.